Hello, Astrologer Dawn here. First stage of the hair. First you go dark, then I'm going to put red in it, and then I'm also going to bleach it as well. Anyway, that's not the reason that I'm here. I've been getting organized. I've got lots of retrograde planets. It's a great time to get organized. And one of the things I came across is something that I sort of put together a while ago, and it's about the compatibility of the current president and his vice president together with Joe Biden and Kamala Harris. So I'd run all of their charts to just sort of take a look at different things about them. And I wanted to see about their compatibility. So let me start with Joe and Kamala. Here's Joe's chart. Dun, 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 dun. And here is Kamala's chart. It's hard to see if you can see it. I hope so. There's my squiggles on it. Okay, so I don't look at the sun sign because there's really not any point. It just doesn't seem to make that much difference. I mean, you're going to have some clashes if you've got somebody whose sun sign is not compatible with yours, but really not as many as if you've got, moon signs that are not correct or communications that don't work together. So Joe's moon is just a smidge in Taurus. That can make him quite stubborn, but also determined. And then Kamala, her moon is in Aries at 27 degrees. So she's actually, their signs are actually within 3 degrees of each other. So they're quite compatible, even though they've got different signs. So he's determined, can be stubborn. She can be fiery, likes to start new things. So they've got a compatibility there. When it comes to their communications, they both have it in the sign of Scorpio. That's the depth. If you are a Scorpio, the chances are that your communications are in Scorpio, because you can only be in either the sign before or the sign after. So a lot of people that have Scorpio sun signs also have Scorpio in their communications. They want to dig deep, and they both have it in Scorpio. So it's something that they have in common, and have an ability to sort of talk on a deep level about things. Venus, what they love, who they love, how they love, what sort of is important to them in a lot of ways. Joe's is in Scorpio. It's a shame it's in the 12th house. That's why he's had a lot of death. But there's a depth to him. And then Kamala, her Venus is in Virgo. So that is very practical. I doubt whether she's ever cleaned her house, which is fine because Venus in Virgo doesn't like to do that. But they actually, again, get along very well because Virgo and Scorpio get along very well. When it comes to the Mars energy, which is the work energy, Joe's is in Scorpio again. I mean, he's got 4 planets in Scorpio. So this is his fourth one. So this is about understanding death, understanding, all of his planets Scorpio planets are in the 12th house. So there's a lot of death, but that brings about a lot of compassion as well. So he would be, I mean, he's good at being compassionate with other people. That's it. And if you've got a lot of Scorpio in you, you will be that. People will come to you and they will tell you their secrets because you have an ability to connect with people. It's natural for Scorpios. With her Mars, it is in Leo and it squares Joe's. So a square is an opportunity to learn. So she's going to need to learn more compassion because with her Mars in Leo, she seeks the limelight. And I think she may have said last week in a Harris administration. So that is what she's looking towards. So they have compatibility, and when you work with somebody, you don't have to have exactly the same. In fact, you want to have differences, but they've got a compatibility of being able to speak together. And then they've got some differences when it comes to the work area. They bring different things to the show. So anyway, that's them two. That's Joe Biden and Kamala Harris. Now I have Donald Trump and Mike Pence. So Donald's moon is in Sagittarius. That's the blunt, the direct. It's the big picture. And really, if you think about it, he doesn't like the details, remember? He wants other people to do the details, which is fine if that's, that if that works for the people who are around you. So he's got this big picture. He can see the big picture. Pence is very emotional. No wonder he calls his wife mother. I mean, his moon is in Cancer, which is in its natural place, but he's a grown-ass man. Cancer moon can make him very loving, very warm, very generous and very protective of people that he loves. But it would be more likely people that he loves, in his family. Let's put it that way. What he sees as his family. Donald's communicate and their moons are 5 signs apart, which is called quincunx. They have nothing in common emotionally. They don't have anything in common. Now, in terms of communications, Donald's communications are in Cancer. They're usually good business people, and they have a keen eye for how to do things. With his Venus in Cancer as well, it's really not surprising he's got the kids in the business. But his communications in Cancer, it's weird. He can be very generous and loving to those that he cares about. Mike Pence has got his communications in Gemini, which makes him a really good communicator. Um, However, not however, yeah, he'll be going up against Kamala Harris, and hers is about digging deep, whereas he knows a little bit about a lot of different things, and he can go all over the place. So she'll need to watch to make sure he doesn't do that, because Geminis have a really easy time taking people off track. Venus. Donald's is in Cancer. Not surprised. He's been married so many times and has so many children. It is very much about family for him and whatever family looks like. Whereas Mike, he's got his Venus in Leo, so he does like to be seen. He does think he's the moral superior person as well in this placement. And I don't know what his wife looks like, but usually these men are attracted to nice looking women. And also they both had their Mars in Leo, so the women that they would be with would be considered attractive. Well, we know that Donald has been with a lot of attractive women. And the interesting thing about that is Kamala also has her Mars in Leo, so she wants center stage. Mike wants center stage, and Donald wants center stage. So there's a lot of people, 3 people wanting center stage. Now, so the only compatibility that Donald and Pence have is their Mars. It's both in Leo. So, you know, you couldn't have picked better people. Actually, Mike Pence would be great on a reality show too. I mean, Donald wants to be seen. He wants to be in front of people. He wants to be seen. And it's weird because Mike Pence wants that too, but it's in a different way. He's going about it in a different way. So they don't have any compatibility. So let's look at Pence and Kamala. So, um, her with the Aries moon, that direct, and him more thoughtful. He's got an emotional moon. So, she can do the zingers, and he's more going to, spend a little bit more time emotionally processing something. Her communications in Scorpio, she's going to want to go deep. He's going to want to stay on the surface. The love area, this is why she has lots of facts and figures, because of the fact she's got her Venus in Virgo. This is a little bit where Mike Pence might come unstuck a little bit, because she's going to have done a ton of research around him, and he hasn't done the same thing because of that Leos tend to think they know everything about everything, and they find out very quickly that's not how it works. So, they've both got the Mars in Leo, so that they're compatible there, but they'll be coming up against each other. Pence might be more flamboyant in his answers. She's going to be more precise. She's going to want questions that have depth. She may even turn to him and ask him something that he's going to have a really hard time squirming out of, because he's not going to really be able to say the same about her. So it's interesting. So Joe and Kamala have compatibility. Donald and Pence don't. When it comes to Donald and Joe, um, You know, it's weird because in terms of their communication, their Mercury and Venus, they both have them in water signs, so they would actually get along verbally with each other and both be sort of into some similar things. So it's kind of fascinating. Their moons, though, are very different. They have no connection with the moons. You know, Joe has got that stubborn Taurus moon. They can be quite loving, and Donald has got that he can see laser like faults, what's not working. Doesn't mean he's always got the solution. It just means he can see what's not working. um, this is just on their astrology chart. It's already 10 minutes, so that's enough. I've actually got their human design charts, so I'm of all of them. Yeah, so I'm going to do that as well because that could also give you more insight. Anyway, if you are interested to talking to me about having a consultation, you know where I am. Check out astrologerdawn.com. You can always email me, dawn@astrologerdawn.com, or you can call me at 520-419-5419. And my favorite poem, when you come to the end of all the light you know, and it's time to step into the darkness of the unknown. Faith is knowing that one of two things shall happen. Either you'll be given something solid to stand on, or you'll be taught how to fly. Namaste.